What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's episode of Real G, Real Talk. Today, I'll be interviewing social media entrepreneur and insurance broker, Gabby Hua. Gabby, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
Of course, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Let's get into it. So, Gabby, you're not originally from the Houston area. If not mistaken, you told me before you moved from Oklahoma a couple months back. What pushed that decision?
Yes, so I am from Oklahoma. I kind of grew up there my whole life, born and raised in Tulsa, went to OKC, lived there while I went to school at OU. But I feel like after a while, even though I love Oklahoma City, love my city, but I feel like I kind of hit a point where I wasn't growing as much anymore. So I've always wanted to move to a bigger city in my 20s for more growth, more opportunity. I love a big city life. I'm always traveling to big cities. So that was a big push. I wasn't expecting Houston at first, but the opportunity arose and I took it, went for it, and I love it so far. So, yeah.
Nice. We're glad to have you in the Bayou City. And
Uh,
what
Thank
has
you.
been your impression so far in these first few months of Houston?
Traffic hasn't been the worst, but
Yeah.
yeah, yet. Exactly. The food here is amazing. Love the food. And the people here are really nice.
Yeah.
People here are great. I was a little bit worried about coming into a bigger city because I hear a lot of things like people can be mean or, but I guess that's anywhere. You have
Right.
good apples and bad apples. So,
I mean, I will say overall, we do carry a sense of Southern hospitality,
yes,
right?
yes, which I love.
So, as long as you're coming in with that smile and positive gestures, then you should be fine overall. I mean, yeah, anywhere you go is going to be some kind of problem, but at the end of the day, you got Houston now. Now this is your new home, right?
Yes.
So we got you as well,
It's
right?
true.
Now, when you made this jump, did you feel like you were starting over? Did you have some momentum coming along to help push in this new area?
I think I definitely had momentum coming into it, just because I feel like I was at that point in my life where I was really ready to pursue a career, take myself more seriously in that aspect. But it was a lot scarier than I thought because I was always thinking like, oh, I'm gonna move to a big city. It's gonna be so much fun and all this stuff. But then, right up until the point where I actually had to move, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm leaving all my friends, all my family, all my comfort restaurants. Yeah, that's funny that I added that in, but just leaving everything I've known and what I consider home behind and kind of literally just going to a new city like alone. Like
Yeah.
I had some friends here, which is nice and good. So I wasn't completely alone, but yeah, it was a lot scarier than I expected. But I don't regret it at all.
Nice.
I've loved it so far.
So when you made that jump, you would say you came in and just hit the ground running. I mean, you definitely came into a place. I think you mentioned Goosehead, to where you came in, you knew what the job was, and you just jumped off from there. I mean, how have you felt like even now, 6 months in, right? How would you feel those first 2 months? Where was it a little bit rockier, or in your case, you already have that entrepreneurship mindset, so you kind of know how to handle it in this new space.
Yeah, so actually, it's like my second full month in. So I'm still pretty right there. I wouldn't say it's rocky. It's been a learning curve, but I feel like what I've been learning even at work has been applying to my other aspects of life, like my social media content creation. I think a big part of that has been just the level of organization
Yeah.
and grind that you have to be at for these types of professions that is new to me, but I definitely think it's a great thing that I'm learning.
I mean, you'll see very soon. I mean, in the summertime, that's when a lot of the activity
Yeah, I
pops
hear.
up. So sometimes, in my case at least, I'll have to take my work home with me, get some contracts done, send in some
Yeah.
offers, right? So that organization, it's almost you can't go on without it. You
Yeah.
can try, but
Yeah,
then
you could try.
in my case, I'll be running around like a chicken with its head cut off,
Yeah,
right? So we
literally.
definitely don't want that, especially first time in the new city, but that's good. You got the momentum going, and you're dedicated to that, and your clients as well. Now, in terms of the social media, right, the content
Hmm.
specifically, how intentional are you with your content, or is it more organic, sort of free flowing? How would you say that is in your case?
With my content, I would say that it's definitely a mix. I guess it's a little bit more feeling based for me. I like to keep things authentic, of course. Yeah, I like to keep things authentic, mainly for my posting style and stuff. I do a lot of like lifestyle, fashion, like vlogs, beauty, that type of thing. But it's kind of like whatever I feel like
Right,
posting.
right,
If I see something and I'm inspired by it, I'm like, ooh, this would make a good video for this, and I'll just post it and or create it and post it. But I think a big thing that people don't realize about social media is that it also takes a lot of organization and a lot of time. And kind of being someone that has always had their social media and platform be something more, just more like a fun
right.
hobby and pastime of, yeah, just something I do out of passion and enjoyment rather
Right.
than like a serious profession. Not undermining anyone that does it for both reasons, but yeah, it definitely takes a lot of work and effort as well.
So you have that capacity to still follow some sort of, not necessarily trend line, but an ability to see what's popular, what's been going around with trends, but still put your fun touch to it, to where you're enjoying the process, you like what you're doing, and in the end, you have a product like you mentioned, it's authentic, but yet it's still relevant to the time being, right?
Yes, yes. So I like to do a lot of spin-offs on trends. So if I see a trend going on, like I always want to try to recreate it with my own spin with either like my family or friends. I love doing more collaborative things. I think in the beginning I used to just focus on just myself, but then I feel like it's more fun to create content with other people too. So
It
yeah,
is. It is. Hence, here we are.
yes, here we are.
I think when I was doing my research, I will be honest. I went on your TikTok and I saw the video. I think it was with your dad, and you said y'all were
Yes.
throwing a fit. I'm like, now that's collaboration right there.
Yeah. That one did really well.
Yeah.
Hit a lot of numbers, and my parents were even telling me like, "Oh, like our friends are telling us about it," and like, cause some of their friends have followed me because they knew I was from Oklahoma, but they didn't realize that I was my parents' kid, and
Ah,
then they were like,
okay.
"Oh wow, like we didn't realize." So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Were they on board when you threw the idea to them? What were they thinking?
They're always on board. Like sometimes I'm surprised, or I just assume that people don't want to make content, or yeah, or they just might not be comfortable in front of the camera. And then so sometimes I'm hesitant to ask, but when I do, it's usually just like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so they're always down to make content, whatever it is, and yeah, it's fun.
Nice. That's helpful having those people in your life that will, bounce off your ideas and create out of that as well.
Yeah.
Um, Now, how do you, if in this case, given your multiple platforms, how do you actually monetize your audience? Like, what does that look like behind the scenes? Because in your case, you're working with Instagram, TikTok. What else was it?
A little bit of
Twitter,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes. So it's a little bit different than what people would think. For TikTok, there
Mm,
is a creator platform, and you could get a lot of revenue through TikTok Shop and collaborations like that. I'm not as active on TikTok for ads just because I feel like I don't like promoting a product unless I really believe in it.
right.
So I use TikTok more as my fun time. And if a viral or
Yeah.
if the video goes viral, then it goes viral, and I get traction off of that, which is good. For Instagram, that's mainly through brand partnerships. So Instagram itself doesn't pay me, but through brands, I have collaborations, and then I get
Nice.
paid through that. And then YouTube is bread and butter. I don't post as much on YouTube anymore, but I should because they pay well. So that's off of more. You can get monetized from YouTube, and you have to reach a certain number of like streaming hours or minutes posted to like how many people like view your your videos, and then once you get monetized, it's off of ads, I believe.
Mm,
Haven't been on it in a minute, but yeah. So YouTube is where the consistent income will come in.
got it. Okay. So you mentioned you're not on YouTube as much, which that's all right. We're not,
Yeah.
that's okay. But which one would you say you have the most fun with? Would that still be TikTok, where it is more so? I mean, even I fall into that category of like, I don't really have a plan here with TikTok, but if I see a trend that I like, or if I hear a sound that I think of a idea with,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
just go for it.
Yeah.
Right. So you would say that you have more fun with the TikTok, but there's more earning capacity through YouTube. Is that right?
Uh, I think it's different for everyone because some people make crazy money off of TikTok. But I actually wouldn't choose either. I would choose Instagram because
Ooh.
that was my OG platform. That's the very first platform I got on. And TikTok, yeah, I would say it's very fun, but it's very carefree.
Ooh,
But for
okay.
Instagram, I'm able to kind of curate a vibe, an aesthetic, and I think I have the most fun with that.
I see.
Yeah.
Just really cooking up the vibe and
Yes, yes. Cooking up a photo dump, getting good
okay.
pictures together. Yeah.
Photo dump. Okay, I'll have to write that one
Yeah.
down. Now, with Instagram, you did mention that you have brand deals. Is that right? Or what was the word you used? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like brand deals
Brand
or
deals.
collaborations. So
Okay.
I'm on a lot of PR lists, which is like they send you free stuff every month and you're not
Mm,
obligated to post them, but when you do, it's better for you. So why
right.
not, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've been approached by multiple brands. I mean, in your time, have you ever had to turn down a brand deal that doesn't necessarily align with you?
Yes. I have turned down a lot, actually.
Really?
Yes, I can't remember any specific ones off the top of my head, but I know anytime that a brand involves AI as its main usage, I turn that down because yeah,
See, I
no
knew I
no
knew I liked
clankers
you. I
over
knew I
here,
liked you.
no clankers
Yes.
over here.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean I think AI is a great useful tool, but at the same time I don't want to abuse it. Like oh AI make this little picture of me or like make it different or like ask it simple questions. Like I'd rather use it for
Oh
a
my
tool and
gosh.
yeah, I just
Uh,
don't like the overuse of AI.
I'll be honest. That's honest. Everything that's my biggest pet peeve. Sure, I'll use it for some things here and there, but if you get to the point to where you're asking ChatGPT what you're gonna eat today, to where you're asking
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT
Exactly.
what should I wear today, oh, yeah. Let's just move on from the AI thing right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
In your case, like you mentioned, you're posting a lot of lifestyle. You're posting a lot of you, right?
Yes.
Do you ever find it hard to not necessarily, you know, post everything about your life, but finding a good middle ground, or how do you balance that?
You know, that is a good question, Gerardo. I I actually do struggle with that mentally sometimes. So sometimes I'll think like, oh, I want to share more about my life because that's how my audience can relate to me. That's how they could know more about me and I have the audience retention. But then at times I'm also like, I want to be low key. Like I don't want people to know about anything about this. I just want to like show face and that's it. So
Right.
I do have some trouble mixing that sometimes. But what I realize is through my TikToks and Reels, I've been doing more like cooking videos here and
Ooh.
there, and my voiceovers will be talking more about what my mindset is on certain things or anything that's kind of going on or anything that's kind of been on my mind that I want
Right.
to rant about. I'll do a voiceover with that. So it's like I'm cooking or doing something, but also I'm able to speak more to my audience. I've been trying to get in the habit of that, kind
Mm.
of just talking to the camera more instead of just filming and editing and putting music over it.
I feel like that's a very underrated trait because, in a certain sense, like obviously you're talking to a camera, but that audience is like, hey, she's engaging with me, she's talking to me,
Yes,
and I
yes.
think there can be a lot of value in that strategy built over time. Just with a, even let's just say you don't have the biggest amount of followers, you'll still have more engagement. I feel
Yeah.
like overall, right?
Yes, it's actually crazy because I posted like a handful of videos within the past couple of days, and like 4 of them were like edited, clipped,
Really?
put music over them, and looks nice and good. No talking though. And then I posted like one like for fun. So I air fried a steak. It worked before for me, but I guess I haven't done it in a while. And de-thawing it just, I don't know it, but I de-thawed it, or I air fried it, and I made like a quick 30-second video being like, hey guys, I air fried a steak, let me cut it open. And it was like, well done. But I was talking in it, and that one got a lot more interaction than any of my other ones. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's funny. You guys had to see my steak fail. But yeah, so I do notice that when I talk in front of the camera, it gets more interaction.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's almost like on the videos that you do try a little more on the post production, like you said, the editing, the music, it doesn't always get as much engagement as like the simple, like almost non-effort type of videos.
Yes,
Do you see that as well?
I do see that, especially in this past example or
Okay.
past couple of days. But I also think it's because there's such an oversaturation of the same things. Like everyone's clipping up these videos, everyone's using the same layovers. There's not as much uniqueness in
Yeah.
that anymore. So everyone's kind of flowing in the same.
That's a good observation. I mean, in this case, we can assume that like the algorithm, for example, it'll notice that, let's just say the quickness of how the frames change from like clips, how you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, or even the sounds, and that oversaturation will probably just blacklist it for a little bit. Mind you, on yours, it's or someone that's just speaking straight up to a camera without the trendy sound, it'll pick it up like, oh, this is a something out of the ordinary, and it'll throw it out to people more often. So that could be a strategy as well. I'll
Yes.
take that one out of your book. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, in your case, you present yourself a lot to the camera. Uh, Being in a new city, being in this industry, do you ever feel the pressure to always present yourself as things going well, or how do you manage that?
So I've actually found that I get more interaction when I'm being vulnerable and I post about something being wrong, which is kind of crazy. And it kind of goes back to that other example of like me talking to the camera instead of just like the clips where I think that's what everyone wants. But I don't think I feel a pressure to show everything's right. I think that I don't know. I feel like a part of me likes to show off a little bit that I'm enjoying life to the fullest. Not always having that show off mindset, but sometimes I am just feeling very grateful and very blessed for what's been going on, and I like to share that. But I feel like everyone on social media likes to flex a little bit, and you can't deny that. Like you're on social media, you're posting, like you want to show something. But yeah,
You're not wrong. I mean, it's in the nature of the beast of social media in itself.
yeah.
So guilty as well. But I mean, in this case, you're using that in your content strategy, and you've been seeing that's been paying off with
Yes.
engagement, right? So that's good. That's good. You're finding that good balance of my life and what I'm presenting out of my life. And I
Yes.
think that's very healthy. I mean, a lot of times we've seen the opposite where people are just
Yeah.
oversharing, and it's like,
A little too much. I'm too safety conscious for that. I feel like I don't want my business too much out there.
right.
Um, but also, I feel like just like if too many people know about my personal business, then that's too many negative thoughts that could be tunneled towards me. And yeah, cheers to that.
Mm,
Cheers to that.
come on now. All right.
But yeah, so I just like to avoid that. But at the same time, I think like I don't let other people's negative energies affect me because
Right.
I'm above that. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
And we're clocking
still yeah, clock that, clock
that.
it.
I'm sorry, I had to. I had to. Now I want to pivot a little bit more into the insurance side of things, right? For
Yeah.
those that don't know, Gabby is an insurance broker with Goosehead.
Yes.
Now, like I mentioned, things are heating up in the summer. We're about to see a lot more activity pick up,
Yeah.
especially since spring break is over now. How would you say you're preparing for that uptick in activity? What would you say are some things that your habits that you're creating, or new skills that you're learning? What would you say is helping you out in that regard?
Yeah. I am still in the early phases, and I haven't experienced that busy summer yet. But my colleagues will talk to me about it and say like the office gets really fun because everyone's making more money, everyone's in a better mood, and
Nice.
yeah. So and whenever people are having more fun, it just makes things easier.
Yeah.
But I guess how to prepare for that now, I'm really working on building that strong foundation of really knowing the ins and outs of how to work these systems, how to uh, I don't know, just like the little tricks and tips
The
for each different
nuances.
carrier.
Yeah.
Yes, working on that, speeding that up, being really efficient with my time, being very productive with my time, keeping my schedule busy and full, and getting used to that as an everyday thing. Like I'm pretty used to keeping my schedule full because I've always liked to plan events, plan hangouts, plan just whatever and anything, and I would stack my schedule up like crazy. So I'm kind of used to that like constant flow of motion,
Right.
but now it's all centered towards work, or more so, I'm using that same kind of skills
Yeah.
for my work. So it's been transferring well. It's been transferring well, and I think that's the main thing that I've been doing to prepare for that busy season. Just keeping it rolling.
So you would say you have motion at the moment. You would say that there's a buildup of motion. That's good. I
Yes,
couldn't say the
yes.
same right now, but I'll try. I'll try. Now, speaking of skills, uh, do you feel like your social media presence give you an edge in the insurance space?
I definitely think so. I think being able to have a life and something else going on for you outside of your main occupation is a really big indicator to other people that oh, like that she's not just consumed in her work, but she's also like a person. She's not just an insurance agent, but she's a person. Like we can hang out with her. She's cool, fun, chill, whatever. But I'm not saying that people consuming their work aren't any less because that's their grind. Respect
Right.
that. But I do think that it gives me an edge above others. Just being able to have that,
Right.
and with social media being so big in this day and age, a lot of people are more interested in that as well. So I am able to branch that into my work life as a corporate agent, which is nice. And it's definitely a great conversation starter and topic when networking. So,
I think so. I mean, you're really coming from a place of value. Let's just say, for example, to someone who may be in your office who isn't as savvy on the social media side of things as you are. You are essentially getting more done within one post than they would be as far as engagement,
yeah.
perhaps even follower or client reach out. So that conversion, if you will, pays off more because of this edge that you have,
Yes.
which
Clock it.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find any reason to do it. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, a little bit more on social media, right? If someone, let's just say we run across somebody, as we just mentioned, they're not as savvy on social media, right?
Hmm.
If someone has under 1,000 followers today, what would you say they should focus on first?
I would say consistency. Obviously, you have to come into things with a game plan, who you're trying to have as your target audience, and what kind of content do you want to produce. Then after that, it's more doing it. You just have to do it consistently, repeatedly, having a good schedule, because then that's when the algorithm will really push your content to other people. And you can make 10, 20, 30 videos and nothing happens. You have like under 100 views, and that's okay because once you start posting consistently more, then more people will be able to find your account, see the niche that you provide, and have a bunch of videos to watch through. So some of my videos, they won't pop off or do good until months later, and they'll randomly
Really?
just randomly start getting a lot more interaction, and yeah, so you just never know. So that's why I also say don't delete old videos because they don't do good and you want it to look good on your page. Like, no, just keep it because you never know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They almost have that library of me or you to
Library. I like
come
that.
back to, right? Because that's
Yeah,
essentially what it is. You know,
it is.
it's as of now timeless in the sense that you can always come back to it,
Yes.
right? They'll see that you've been going at this for a while, and in a sense, that'll raise their credibility when they observe you, right? Or how they see you, as far as like, hey, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about. He has some, in my case, some funny videos, some valuable videos. But again, it starts with that consistency. Over
Yes.
time, build up, then hopefully we'll break 1,000 followers one day.
Yeah. And even on a more personal note for that, it is like a time capsule. Like you put all this effort into editing a video and posting it, and you get to look back on it and see your growth and progress from that, but also get to relive those memories too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, under the same realm of, let's just say, someone beginning, right? A lot of times, and I get it. If they might just have that camera shyness,
Yeah.
right? What would you tell or say to someone who's afraid to put themselves out there? What would you try to tell them?
Maybe why? Why do you care what other
Right.
people think?
Mm.
What's stopping you from doing this? Figuring out the root of that and why they feel shy in front of the camera. I think that'll help them open up to not being shy in front of the camera. So I guess kind of figuring it out first.
Yeah.
So
Try to get to that root,
yeah,
clock that T, and then just get over it, you know?
exactly.
Because essentially, people have to find out about you in some way, shape, or form. And
Yeah.
unless you're going out shaking everybody's hand, then it's going to have to be social media, right?
Yes. Yes.
Either that or pay for some ads, which in this economy? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Um, Now, a little bit more into the insurance side of things, right? You partner with a lot of realtors to be able to collaborate on a deal and find that closing, right? What would you say you look for in a referral partner that makes them a 10 out of 10? What would you say those traits would be?
Ooh, 10 out of 10 referral partner. I definitely like someone that I could vibe with. Easygoing, but good communication. Um, yeah, I vibe with them and good communication, to be honest.
Yeah.
Consistent also.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Someone who's in their work, they're definitely showing up every day. They're reaching out every day, following up every day. It's just a matter of even as you said, even on that personal relationship, you can build that up through the rapport of building, working together with clients, right? Knowing that the service is 10 out of 10 on both sides.
Exactly. Yes. Worded very, very well. Clock it.
All right.
Clock it.
That's my last one, I promise. That's my last one. Okay. Now, before we wrap this up here, just two or three more questions, right? In your case, right here today, what does success look like for you?
Hmm. Success to me looks like consistency and being a little bit better than yesterday. I think that all good things take time. So, as much as I want to be a top producing agent right away, and I can't. Like it's impossible right now,
Right.
but it's not impossible next month or 2 months. And so, I think success is consistency. I saw a really good example online, and it was saying how when your cup is half full, it's not as easy to spill the water. You know, you have a lot of lenience there, but when your cup is full, like you have to be focused, you have to be steady. And in that way, building your success, win fast, lose fast. So
Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
building success and being able to really know that process and have that focus that prepares you for what comes after success, which is, you know, the money, whatever, but being able to retain that is the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah. In that case, you've built that up, but rent's still going to be due every single day.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you see yourself doing content long term or evolving into larger projects?
Oh, of course. Of course. I love content creation. I love social media. I think it's so fun. It's a way for people to put themselves out there. It's a way for me to express myself and have other people see it. And yeah, so I definitely want to keep doing social media and content creation. Even though I have a corporate job, I'm not going to let that stop me. Yeah, so yeah, it's just something I really enjoy. And I do want to branch into bigger, better projects in the future too.
You just won't tell us yet, though, because it's still a secret, right?
It's in the works. It's in
Okay,
the
I'll
works.
keep that in mind. We'll follow back up with that. But that's, and I agree with your method, right? Even if it's just like a fun video, right? Like if I like it, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna post. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
express myself in
exactly.
that way. If I can relate to it, I'll probably post about it. You
Yeah.
know. Now, before we head out, where can people follow you and connect with your work, Gabby?
You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's going to be at gabby.hua. Last name is Hua. My insured account is at insured by Gabby. I'm on TikTok. It's also Gabby Hua. I'm on YouTube. It's also Gabby Hua. And I'm also on Twitter. It's also Gabby Hua. So it's either Gabby.hua or Gabby Hua underscore.
Got it.
One of those. But
We'll put all those in the banner right here below. So that way they
yeah.
know where to follow you and keep up with your success stories. But as of today, that's going to be everything. Thank you so much, Gabby, for joining us on today's podcast.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And
It's my first podcast, so this was a lot of fun.
This was great. No, we're going to do this again sometime. Like you said, hopefully in a year's time, we'll see where that consistency paid out.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.